Ada, my goodness. What a juicy one I smell tonight.
His cheeks are so full of blood.
I could smell his blood. Go on, you go first, and we shall follow. Yours is right to begin.
He is young and strong. There are kisses for us all.
How dare you touch him! Any of you! How dare you cast your eyes upon him when I had forbidden it so? Back! All of you! This man belongs to me. Beware any of you who dares to meddle with him, or else you'll have to deal with me.
You yourself never loved. You never loved.
We need his love. You cannot know.
Yes! I too can love. You yourselves can tell it from the past. Is it not so? Well, I promise you that when I am done with him, you shall all kiss him at your will. Now go, for I must awaken him. We have much work to be done.
Are we to have nothing tonight? Sweetheart, you just snatched my dream.
I'm so happy that you're able to come help with Lucy and her mother. I have them both stay with me so I can attend. I have to leave the asylum. Lucy means the world to me, and as her dearest friend, it means so very much that you could come help with them.
I am happy to help. Jonathan is away in some Germanic country helping account for some purchase of some property in the London area. I haven't heard from him in several weeks, and it takes my mind off of him to care for Lucy and her mother.
A limited time on this earth, but she's let me know that she'll be happy that I'll be here to care for Lucy after she passes. Lucy does not know her mother is dying, and Mrs. Senra does not want to upset her ailing daughter's recovery with the news, so don't let on that you know.
So, speaking of Lucy, have you set a wedding date?
She will not discuss it until she is well, but she did accept my proposal.
Congratulations, Arthur! Well, since I consider Lucy my sister, that makes you my impending brother. So, I shall give you a sisterly kiss on the cheek.
Which I accept with only the slightest blush. Excuse me, Mina. I've called in my old college professor to help consult with me concerning Lucy's mysterious illness. Dr. Van Helsing!
Arthur! Oh, I missed you so much. I missed you in the classroom, I missed you in the hospital. Oh, but most of all, I missed your beautiful face. And this must be your intended Lucy. Thank you for taking Arthur as your personal charity case.
Abe, this is Mina, Lucy's close friend since childhood, and she's already married, so please, don't molest her.
I'm sorry, madame. I'm sure that you could do much better. And I am certain that you have.
Thank you, Dr. Van Helsing. I am pleased to meet you, if more than just a little bit overwhelmed by your greeting.
Darling, so is everybody. You're forgiven.
Dr. Van Helsing here is a doctor of medicine, but he is also a philosopher and a metaphysician, and one of the most advanced scientists of his day. And he has, I believe, an absolutely open mind. This with an iron nerve, a temper that ice broke, indomitable resolution and self-command, all exhaled from virtues to blessings. In short, he is a very eccentric genius, and he is also a physiognomist, a person who could judge a person's character based off their appearance. So straighten up your hair.
There is no need, darling. You see, I have already judged your character to be one of the finest.
Oh, well, thank you, Dr. Van Helsing. And I confess I am also a physiognominator, and I find you to be of the highest character as well.
Very well.
One of the inmates.
Patience has left the room.
The patient's name is?
That would be Renfield, sir.
Keep looking for her.
Yes, sir.
Renfield, what are you doing? Come in and introduce yourself.
No, I don't want to talk to you. You don't count now. The master is at hand. Old Mr. Johnson had troubles of his own. He had a yellow cat that wouldn't leave his home. He tried and he tried to get that cat away. He gave it to a man going far, far away.
I think it's some form of religious mania which has seized her. If so, we should keep a lookout for her.
How are your little pets doing, Renfield?
Oh, bother them all. I don't care a pin about them. Now the man around the corner, so he'd kill the cat on sight. He loaded up his shotgun with nails and dynamite. He waited and he waited for that cat to come around. But 90 little pieces of the man is all I found. The cat came back.
You mean to tell me you don't care about spiders anymore?
The rise to see the brideman to joyce the eyes await the coming of the bride. But when the bride draweth nigh, the eyes shine not to the eyes that are filled.
I'm not quite sure we understand your meaning. Could you explain yourself, please?
Nope, I don't want to talk to you. You don't count now. The master is at hand.
That's fine if you don't want to talk now. However, it is time for you to go back to your room.
Very well, the conversation was boring me anyway. No fun snooping in on boring people. Why, Hennessy, thank you. I just wouldn't stay away, 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 away.
What a lovely young lady. I can't seem to understand why she's a patient here. Collects spiders, does she? Living or dead?
She is a zoophagus, an animal-eating maniac, obsessed with eating the fresh, uncooked flesh of animals. Currently insects, but I fear her appetite is growing for larger beasts.
Oh, she does seem to be a very interesting case study, and I would love to study her some more, but that is not what I'm here for. So, what can you tell me about Lucy's ailment?
It seems to have come on with the change of the weather, like all the other odd things happening 4 days ago.
What other odd things?
There seems to be something going on at the Castle Carfax just up the hill from here. That is the castle that Jonathan, my husband, went off to some Germanic country to arrange the sale of. I guess the sale went through, but I don't know why Jonathan hasn't returned home if the business is finished. I guess it's not the most bizarre event, but seeing as he's my husband, it's concerning to me.
We had this horrible storm about 4 nights ago. It tore up the docks, it damaged the ships, but the most bizarre event was the washing up of a ghost ship, the Demeter. Everyone on board was either dead or unaccounted for. Reports say that the captain was tied down to his wheel in the most excruciatingly fearful expression. A man known to be fearless, with fear emblazoned on his corpse.
And only one survivor, a dog. A doggish creature escaping the ship, never to be found, and setting off the entire city's dog population howling. There must be something going on at the Castle Carfax up the hill from here.
Then there's the case of Renfield. Something changed in her behavior recently. A whole new diagnosis developed. Her simple desires for insects and sex has transformed into a religious, cult-like behavior. Her master has arrived. A giant spider? I'm not too sure.
What about Lucy?
Well, as a child, Lucy would sleepwalk, but she grew out of that. But now she gets up in the middle of the night and wanders by the old church cemetery. Or just wanders about the house. She now complains of horrible nightmares and thrashes about in her sleep.
She awakens pale and listless. She is extremely anemic, yet I've examined her blood and all the cells are quite healthy. There's no sign of the anemia that I could see.
No bruising or irregular female bleeding?
None that I have observed or have been told of.
Oh, very well, then let's take a look at the patient and see what we can find.
Lucy, darling, we have a visitor, the old professor I talked so much about.
The queer old duck that took you under his wing.
Ah, yes, Lucy, it is I, the queer old duck, and I have another wing to take you under.
I'm sorry, Professor. It was the sleep talking.
Ah, that is very well, darling. I think you've captured my essence very well. Now, let's take a look at you. You say that your husband was up to some business? Tell me more about it.
Well, my husband is an attorney. He went to some old German fiefdom to arrange the sale of Carfax Castle. A dilapidated old ruin of a castle no Englishman would inhabit. To some crazy count.
Do you not remember the name of the fiefdom, or the count, perhaps?
Transgender mania? The name of the count was easy to remember. That was Dracula.
Transylvania?
Oh, yes, that's it.
And you say your husband has not returned to you yet.
Yeah, and I would be more concerned about that fact, except that I'm doting on Lucy, night and day.
Well, that is very well that you shall distract yourself from all other things. I'm sure that when your husband returns, he will have a reasonable explanation for all that is happening. In the meantime, you shall distract your mind from all other things and take care of Lucy. Now, Arthur, I need to do some research. Do you think London has a library that has some books on medicine or folk texts, perhaps?
You mean the London Library? Perhaps the biggest and best library in all of the modern world. It's in St. James Square, in the middle of London. You can't possibly miss it. Well, I suppose you can. Shall I take you there? I have a friend who works there who could arrange for you to get in at this ungodly hour.
No. That is very well. You shall stay here and take care of the girls. As for your friend, I would be very grateful if you could introduce me to him, but I'll take the omnibus there. Now, you try to get some rest. I'll return in the morning.
Lucy? Where'd you go? Lucy? Were you sleepwalking again, dearie? Lucy? Is that blood? Lucy? Lucy? Lucy! No! Arthur! Arthur, come quickly! Something's wrong with Lucy! Lucy! Wake up!
What's going on? What happens? Oh, God, she's lost a lot of blood. Where's it gone?
Oh, those eyes. Eyes I cannot unsee.
You were just sleepwalking again, Lucy, and then you must have ended up here. It's fine.
And the howling. Oh, the howling. It was like the whole town was full of dogs howling all at once. And I was surrounded by something dark, sensual. Not that you aren't dark and sensual, Arthur. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'll try not to take it personally. You've lost a lot of blood, but we don't know where it's gone.
Yeah, you are so cold, Lucy. Here, let me pin this scarf to you.
Dr. Van Helsing, you must come here, quick.
What is the problem?
Lucy was sleepwalking and she collapsed on the couch. I'm going to give her a blood transfusion.
Good. That is what I would have done. What is the blood pressure now?
It's still very low. I don't think I can give her much of mine without passing out.
I could take a turn, Arthur.
Well, Mina, we need to see how she takes my blood before we introduce someone else's to her. There have been cases of patients rejecting blood transfusions.
You see, I have a theory on that. I'm writing it right now. I believe that not all blood is the same. And I'm certain that more research will back me up on this. You see, there is this doctor, Carl Steiner, and he's doing wonderful things with blood. Blood research, that is. You guys don't care? I'm an old professor, and sometimes even I forget my students don't listen.
I'm just more concerned that she's going to sleepwalk out the door and fall into the river.
Well, we'll tie the key to my wrist, and we'll lock all the doors.
That's a good idea, Mina. I'd better go lay down.
You should probably take her upstairs, too. That way she may get some rest.
Oh, that poor dear.
Oh. Hello, Renfield.
Don't you know I'm crazy? Aren't you afraid of me?
Well, I don't suppose I should be. In this day and age, I fear we're all crazy. At least you're sane enough to recognize you're crazy.
Well, that strangely makes sense. Or does it only make sense to a crazy person? By the way, you're not the girl the doctor wanted to marry, are you? For she's going to die, you know.
Lucy? No. I have a husband of my own.
Then what are you doing here?
I'm a close friend of Lucy, Dr. Seward's fiancée. I came to help her get well. So, I hear you collect flies?
And spiders.
Uh-huh. And what do you do with the flies?
I feed them to the spiders.
And what do you do with the, spiders?
I eat them.
No salt and pepper?
It's not at all necessary, for the blood is the life. Would you like it?
No, thank you. I just ate.
More for me, then.
Renfield, what are you doing here?
What an asinine question. I'm talking to Miss Harker.
Wait, how did you know that Dr. Seward is to marry Lucy?
Well, you will of course understand, Miss Harker, that when a man is so loved and honored as our host is, everything regarding him is of interest in our little community. You see, Dr. Seward is not loved only by his household and by his friends, but even by his patients. Some of them of which are apt to distort causes and effects and are mentally unbalanced, but that's not wrong at all. You see, since I myself have been an inmate of such an asylum, I cannot help but notice that the sophistic tendencies of some of its inmates lean towards the errors of non kosher and ignorantio elenici. But I mean to say, you are missing the point. I myself am a woman who has a strange belief. So much so that my friends were alarmed and insisted upon my being put under control. You see, I used to fancy life that was a positive and perpetual entity. And by consuming a multitude of live things, no matter how small on the scale of creation, one might indefinitely prolong life. At times, I held the belief so strongly that I actually tried to take a human life once. Relying, of course, upon the scriptural phrase, "For the blood is the life." You don't suppose you misread the Bible, do you?
Well, I suppose only a sane person would ask that of themselves.
Well, I know I'm not sane, so I must be right.
Renfield, as impressed as I am with your current charm, it is time for you to go back to your room.
Yes, sir. Will I be needing the jacket, sir?
Renfield?
Oh, no, sir. I'm ready to go to my room without a struggle. 'Cause you see, I have a date waiting for me, and he is tall, dark, and very handsome. Oh!
Mrs. Wistena, why are you cleaning up around the house? You are too sick to be doing so.
It helps me keep my mind off of how sick I feel. Let me do this, Arthur. I'm not one that could lay around all day waiting for death to stalk me. And how's my daughter doing?
She had a rough night last night, but she seems to be in high spirits now.
I feel like I'm going to pass out. I'm going to lay down.
Helsing, I didn't even know you were gone. What is all this?
This is all just some stuff to make Lucy feel better. Lucy, here, I brought you some flowers. I brought you some jewelry. And I brought you some Sacramento wafers for you to eat.
What kind of flowers are these? Oh, they smell awful. Thank you for the thought, but please take them back.
No. You must keep this around you at all times. This is part of my treatment. This is a matter of life and death. No matter how unpleasant, you must keep this around. You must wear this garlic collar, and you must eat the Sacramento wafers. They're not bad.
What kind of pharmacopoeia is this, Dr. Van Helsing? I don't remember this from your classes.
Arthur, we're men of science. We're supposed to keep an open mind to old medicine, new medicine, old folk medicine, which has been proven to be effective.
Well, Lucy is doing so much better, Dr. Van Helsing. In fact, she feels so much better that she could even cheat.
I'm not cheating. You just don't know the rules.
Okay. We won't call it cheating then. We'll call it constructive playing, like Grandma used to. You're just a sore loser. Lucy, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Here, let me loosen the scarf I put on you last night. Oh. I'm really sorry, Lucy. When I pinned the scarf to you, I must have poked you with the pin.
You have two little holes in your neck.
It's nothing really. I didn't even feel it till now.
Let me see. Yes.
What?
It's just what us doctors say when we're examining a patient. No, the sun is setting. We don't have much time to prepare.
Prepare? Prepare for what?
Prepare for a long, nice, and restful night of sleep. I think. Mina, may you come here, please? Have you received any news from your husband?
Well, I received a telegram today from a nurse in a hospital in Berlin. When Jonathan started to head home, he contracted a fever and has been in the hospital ever since. They don't know what he has, but he seems to be slowly improving.
Well, at least that's some good news. As for you, Lucy, I shall help you set up your bed tonight. Now, I will put this in your room, but you must not remove them, at least not without my permission. Understood? Mm-hmm. Very well.
She escaped again.
Renfield has escaped again.
How did she do it this time?
Climbed out the window. I was doing my opera rounds right as I looked in the viewing port of her door, just in time to see her feet fall up from the window. I went into her room and I started running off towards the Carfax estate. So I told the watchman to get 3 or 4 men with me in case, she gets dangerous. When we followed her, we found her talking, apparently someone, but I was too afraid to go near enough to hear what she was saying. After a few minutes, however, we could see that she didn't take note of anything around her, so I ventured to draw near to her. But then that's when I heard her say, "I am here to do your bidding, master. I am your slave, and you will reward me, for I shall be faithful. I've worshipped you long and far off, and now that you are near, I await your commands, and you will not pass me by, will you, dear master, in your distribution of good things?" She believed she was in real presence. When we closed in on her, she fought like a tiger. She is immensely strong, and she was more like a beast than a woman. I never saw her in such paroxysm of rage before. She's safe now at any rate. She's chained to the padded room. Her cries are at times awful, but the silences that follow are more deadly still, for she means murder at every turn and movement.
Pat, I think you should go take a rest. I'm sure you worn yourself out with all that excitement.
Yes, sir.
Well, if you don't recall, adopted sister, it's my turn. So, as my first move, I shall take my little horsey and take out your little castle. Like so.
Then I shall take my little poke to take out your little horsey. Like so.
Pope? When did your lousy bishop get promoted?
Right after he slept with the queen.
How scandalous. What a trollop. Well, my queen, being incensed by the whore-like behavior of your bishop, takes her out. Okay. And I believe I will have you in checkmate in 2 moves.
Not if I can end this game in 1. Oops, my bad.
Outplayed by the master again.
All right, enough of these distractions, my adopted sister. Let us...
Lucy, are you okay?
Yeah, I think we should just go to bed.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I think I'm ready for bed as well.
Another long day, Professor?
Huh. Yeah. Huh. Look at this. This guy, Guillermo Marconi, has managed to send a successful Morse code message 6 kilometers into a ship. That is very impressive. We're living in so wonderful times, oh, Arthur, but we must yet still fear the curses that are upon us.
I don't know what you speak about, Abraham, but I don't doubt you for a moment that you speak nothing but the truth.
Yeah. If I could just catch a little shut-eye, I'll be fine.
My sleepy boys. You poor dear. No wonder you can't breathe in here. This room is thick with garlic flour. Here, let me get that for you. Oh, disgusting. Much better. I looked in her room, but I didn't go in, as I did not want to disturb her.
You see, Arthur, my treatment is working.
You must not take all the credit to yourself, Doctor. Lucy's state this morning is due in part to me.
How do you mean, ma'am?
Well, I was anxious about the dear child in the night, and so I went into her room. She was sleeping soundly, so soundly, in fact, that my coming in did not wake her. But there were those horrible garlic flowers about everywhere, and she had a garland of garlic around her neck. She was struggling to breathe, and I feared that the heavy odor would be too much for the dear child in her weak state. So I took them all away, and I opened the window just a bit to let in some fresh air. You'll be very pleased with her, I'm sure.
Arthur, we need to check up on Lucy. Now.
Can I finish my article first?
I don't think so.
What's going on? Lucy?
God! What have we done? What has this poor thing done?
What's going on?
We are so vestige. Oh,
Lucy?
why must such things be in such ways? Oh, and your mother all knowing. Oh, but she must not know. No, she must not know, for then she'll die. This will all be useless. No, Arthur, I won't let you give out more blood.
I could give blood. I could give some.
That is very well, Mina, for we might need it. She seems to have lost a lot of blood.
Is this my fault? Did I do this?
You see, Bella, flowers and everything, they were all part of my treatment. And I just asked that next time, if you want to remove anything from the room, you ask for my permission first.
I will follow your instructions to the letter, Dr. Van Helsing. Please, save my Lucy.
I promise.
You're asking the wrong person, Lucy. Almost a day after we got married, Jonathan went off to whatever it's called, to close that real estate deal with some count. He had been gone so long, I began to wonder if something horrible happened to him, or he ran off with another woman. Fortunately, I'd just received that telegram telling me that it's only been in a hospital, dying of some unknown disease.
Fortunately.
Hey, at least I know it's not another woman.
Oh, thank heavens it's not another woman.
So, you're going to marry Arthur Seward. After how many men have courted you?
Oh, Mina, you know I can't count.
Okay, well, use your fingers. How many men have proposed to you? 3.
Just this year.
Oh, you trollop.
I would be offended, but I know how jealous you can get.
So, what made you decide on Arthur Seward?
I was tired of the adventurous, exciting men and decided to settle down with something boring and safe and free medical care for life.
You're not serious, right?
Of course not, Mina. I love Arthur with all of my heart and want to spend the rest of my life with the most compassionate, passionate, brilliant man I've ever met. And I know I won't be able to do that now. Take care of him for me when I'm gone. Will you, Mina?
Lucy, don't talk like that. You're not going to die, and we are going to get through this. Okay? So don't give up. So, passionate, compassionate, and brilliant. Are you sure you're talking about Arthur or Dr. Van Helsing?
Kaiser William II has managed to undo every peaceful thing that Otto Bismarck has managed to accomplish in a very short time. Tell me, Abraham, are we headed for war against Germany? Has Victoria's grandson a thirst for blood?
I'm not sure, Arthur, but it does appear to see that it is Germany where trouble arrives. We're heading for a storm so big that the drawing of blood seems inevitable. Arthur, I must let you know that I will try to do everything to save Lucy. But you must prepare yourself for the worst. And the worst might not exactly end with Lucy's life.
What do you mean?
She is kind of...
Everyone's been taking turns watching over my daughter, and I know that you're all tired, especially since everyone but me has given her a blood transfusion. I should like to take a turn watching over her tonight.
That would be wonderful, Bella, if you feel you're up to it, of course.
I'm a dying woman, Arthur. I feel sick all day and night, but I will feel better knowing that I played a part in my daughter's life, helping her recover from whatever mysterious illness she has before I die.
Very well. I'm tired and ready for a good night's rest.
I shall accompany you.
Mina, darling, why don't you take my bed tonight and get a good night's rest? I will stay with Lucy tonight.
Thank you, Bella. Good night, Lucy.
There. Mama's here for you. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Thank you for the assistance. Foolish woman! You have doomed both your daughter and yourself!
Rest of sleep. Oh my, what a lovely day it is outside. Such lovely faces as well. Oh, I know. Lucy could use a day outside of the house. Lucy, dearie. Come on, friend, let's go for a walk. What? Lucy? Arthur, Dr. Van Helsing! Arthur, Dr. Van Helsing, come quickly! Bella, what's going on? Lucy!
No. Bella is dead.
What?
Lucy's still alive. Quick, get some brandy. We need to do another transfusion.
Hook me up, doctor. I'll give her as much of my blood as she needs.
I won't let you kill yourself, Arthur. Now, help me move Bella to the chair.
Lucy? Arthur, my love.
No! Arthur, hold her hand. It will comfort her more.
Arthur, my love, kiss me.
No! Arthur, not for your souls, not for your living souls of us.
Oh, my true friend in his. Please guard him and give me peace.
I promise. It's all over, Arthur. She's dead.
Oh, Lucy. There's peace for you at last. It is the end.
I don't know, Arthur. This all seems very strange to me. A little complicated to explain.
Seward. Mina, what's the matter?
Lucy.
Mina, wait.
Are you Jonathan Harker? Very well. Come with me. I must have a word with you. Speak in quiet tones, for I'm not ready for anybody to hear what you have to say. You've been in foreign lands lately.
Yes, I was in Transylvania preparing a sale of an English estate with a client there.
Everything went well?
The transfer of the estate went well. I cannot tell you of what happened there. You would not believe me. I don't believe me. I'm afraid I must have been sick for several weeks and I must have been in a delirium.
That does not matter, Harker. You must tell me everything that happened. Spare no details.
Well, I was to Transylvania to complete the sale and transfer of ownership of the Carfax estate. Right here, when I met the buyer, Count Dracula. He was a charismatic old gentleman and a cordial host, but I very quickly realized I was his prisoner in his castle. I still cannot process what happened in that castle either.
Parker, you must try. This is all very crucial to knowing what happened here.
Okay. Right, Dracula. Dracula told me that I was not to leave my room at night. Transylvania was not England, he said. But one night I defied his order. I went into his study where I found this nice chair, sat in it, became drowsy almost immediately. I half awoke though, still in a trance, to find these three beautiful, seductive women surrounding me. They were like sirens. One was about to take me when the Count appeared from nowhere and pulled her away from me. He seemed to be telling them that they could have me after he was through with me. I returned to my room that night believing I would die in Castle Dracula. The Count never did his business during the day, or rather during the night. I knew this, and I was determined to escape. I wandered the until I ran upon this casket in the lower depths of the castle. For some stupid reason, I opened up the casket and Dracula's inside. Luckily, he wasn't awake, but I felt this power that sent me stumbling away. I don't know how to describe it. I ran out, redoubled my efforts to leave. I found this window where the concrete around the bars was in decay. Managed to escape. The castle left me with a fever that made me delirious, and I stumbled around aimlessly until I was rescued by strangers.
Harker, you might have been delirious, but you did not imagine those things. This all just confirms my theory of how Lucy died.
What do you mean? How did Lucy die?
I mean that Dracula has made it to the Carfax estate, and he's been here for several days.
You mean Lucy was killed by Dracula?
Exactly. We're all in danger here, and I'll need your help.
I will help you, Dr. Van Helsing.
Harker, you seem like a brave young man, but what I ask of you will not be easy.
The mysterious death of Lucy Westenra. The patient began to exhibit symptoms suddenly. These symptoms included anemia, maybe I should just let Dr. Van Helsing write this report. Renfield, what do you have in your hands? No!
Dr. Seward, I'm so sorry. What have I done to you? Oh, you're bleeding. Let me help you with that.
What do you... What the... Pat. I cannot afford to lose any more blood. I've not yet recovered from the transfusions. You called us just now?
Yeah. Really, what happened?
Renfield.
Oh, really? Look, have any of you guys read the London Times lately? A Hampstead mystery. The neighborhood of Hampstead is experiencing a series of events which is known to the writers of headlines as the Kensington Horror, or the Stabbing Woman, or the Woman in Black. During the past 3 days, several cases have occurred of young children straying from home or neglecting to return from their playing on the heath.
The children were all too young to give any proper intelligible account of themselves, but the consensus of their excuses is that they've all been with a bloofer lady. It has always been late in the evening when they have been missed, and on 2 occasions the children have not been found until early the following morning. There is, however, a possibly serious side to this question. For some of the children, indeed all who have been missed that night, have been slightly torn or wounded in the throat, like Lucy was. The wound seems such to be made by a small rat or dog. The police of the division have been instructed to keep a sharp lookout for any stray children in and around Hampstead Heath, and for any stray dog which may be about.
What the hell is a bloofer lady?
I would imagine it is a very young Hampstead child's attempt to same beautiful lady. Let me see. Did she have a knife?
Yes.
She did. This has all begun sooner than I thought. Arthur, tomorrow I need you to give me a set of post-mortem knives.
Must we make an autopsy of Lucy?
You see, yes and no. I want to operate, but not as you think. See, I want to cut off her head and take out her heart.
Why?
Why? What?
Come on, Arthur. You are performing open heart surgery with no tremble at hand? This is something that must be done. You must understand. You too, Mina.
The girl is dead. Why mutilate her poor body without need? And if there's no use to it from her, or nothing to gain by it, to her, to us, science, mankind, whatever, why do it? Such conduct is monstrous.
Arthur, do you believe that the same thing that afflicted those children afflicted Lucy? I want a concrete response.
Yes? I don't know.
Well, then you're wrong. You're wrong. You couldn't be farther from the truth. You see, as hard as it might be to believe, Lucy is the bloofer lady.
Good God, Dr. Van Helsing, you need to get some rest. You're not making any sense.
Then tell me why in the Pampas, there in Eastern Europe, these bats come down at night and suck on the blood above the people in the ship. Leave them as white and pale as Miss Lucy was. You know what they are called? Undead. They live off the blood of the living.
I'm pretty sure Charles Darwin can explain that. I'm just a medical professor.
Yeah, good God, Professor. Do you expect us to believe that such a bat even exists? And that such a thing is here in London in the 19th century?
I'm asking you to believe things you cannot. But Harker can attest to the evidence of such creature.
It is true, Arthur. The journey I made to Transylvania brought me to the castle of Dracula. A vampire human, a man living but not alive, an undead. I helped him buy the Carfax estate. So now he's here in England because of me. And Lucy's dead because of me. And Lucy's now one of the undead because of me.
Harker, you cannot blame yourself for this. If it wasn't you, it would have been somebody else. Now we're lucky to have you. We have the information that we may require later. You want proof?
Yes, I do.
Fine. Then I shall give you proof. Tomorrow, we go to Lucy's crypt, right before the sun comes out. And then you'll see for yourself. Harker, I need you to give me a set of post-mortem knives. I also need 12-inch wooden stakes, enough for all of us. And now I have good reason to do what I'm doing. And all I ask is that you have faith in me.
Oh, I'll have faith in you, Dr. Van Helsing.
I have faith in you too, Dr. Van Helsing.
I don't know what to believe anymore. What was that thing? It sure is scary in here.
Just wait until we get inside the crypt.
Very well, Arthur. Want the proof? Well, I'll give it to you.
Grave robbers! The dirty scoundrels who defile the sanctity of a final resting place! What?
You still don't get it, do you? But that is okay. That is very well. For she shall return in the morning, right before the sun shines on us. And we shall wait for you to see the truth and believe it.
Oh, Arthur, my arms are hungry for you. Leave the others and come to me.
What was that thing? It looked like Lucy, but it wasn't.
That, my friend, that was an undead. A creature that lives off the blood of the living. Ah, those horrible things who as feel us human with horrors. If you would have taken that kiss from Miss Lucy the night she died, you would in turn become one of those horrible things. Now, she's not at rest. She doesn't have peace with herself, and that's why we must give her. We must wait here and perform the autopsy. If you cannot do it, then Harker shall take your place.
No, I have to be there for her.
This is why you're my favorite student. Jeez. Very well. Let's hide. Sword! Hold her!
I'm trying! It is done. Why are you laughing? My Lucy is dead, and you laugh?
I thought of a really good joke. you see, Lucy might be dead, but she's still very blue for all.
I thought you said a good joke.
Somebody got it. Arthur, come on, you don't get it?
No.
Arthur, come on, this is laughter we're talking about here. Laughter, he comes as he pleases. That's why we laugh at funerals. Arthur, come on now. It's a good joke. You see, laughter comes when everyone and he comes to strain away the pain of life, and all I'm doing is betting on living.
We should go and recover and come back tomorrow. Or later. Seward doesn't need to see the rest of this.
Very well. Then you shall finish the surgery. Good luck. Playing Sudoku.
Very well. Renfield, how is it that you're able to escape from your room, and yet you're still in your straitjacket?
You see, a magician never reveals her tricks. They think I could hurt you. Ha! Fancy me hurting you, Doctor. I would not. You see, I would like to go far away from here, And, of course, in order to do that, I would like you to discharge me today. I could go as far away as I can. You see, Doctor, you have cured me. I no longer wish to eat flies or spiders, but I want a house full of cats. Maybe 20 or 30, but not to eat, to love and to pet, like any normal girl.
Well, I am happy to hear of your rapid recovery, Rosemarie. I will certainly have to think of this. I will come check upon you in the morning.
But, Doctor, I would like to go to America. I would like you to know. Yes.
America?
Yes, America. You see, I could go to California. I heard that place is nice. I heard they have nice beaches, but I would stay far away from the deserts. I heard those places are terrible.
What about this master you pledged yourself to earlier?
I don't want to talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
Very well. If I were to release you today, where would you go? How would you get there? And how would you support yourself?
Well, like I told you, America. And, of course, I would take a boat, like any other person. It's not like I can walk on water. No, and I heard there's an entertainment called movies. I could get into movies.
What about the cats?
Never mind the cats, I hate cats.
Like I said, I will have to consider this. I will come check upon you in the morning.
But, please, sir, I must leave this place. But if you ask, I guess I'll go.
Who dares interrupt my game of Sudoku?
Begging your pardon, sir. You require the services of movers?
Yes, are you the same people that removed those boxes from the ghost ship, the Demeter?
Yes, sir. I supervise that move myself.
And do you think you can tell me where you took the boxes?
Sorry, sir. I can't tell you nothing. I got ethics, I do. It's all about discretion. That ain't business I can reveal. A blabbing mouth can have business, it can. You being a gentleman can understand that.
Yes, I understand very well. Is this discreet enough?
I think you're getting the meaning, sir. But you have to understand, this is a very fine gentleman we are talking about here. And I mean to give him the discretion he deserves.
Trust me, I understand. This will not go beyond my lips.
So, what do you want to know, sir?
I want to know where you took the boxes.
I had 2 trips. The boxes were big and heavy, like they'd be full of dirt. There were so many big and heavy boxes, and we'd take them to 2 different locations. One in Purfleet, that old castle over there, and the other to Piccadilly. 9 boxes, big and heavy ones they was.
By any chance, do you not remember the address of the house in Piccadilly?
No, Governor, I'm afraid I can't. Not for the discretion, mind you. I just never knew the address. But I knew just how to get there, like someone put it in me head. Kinda unnerving, if you know what I mean. It's very easy to recognize. It's only a few doors down from a big white church or something. Its house is a big black wooden house, with stone front to it. Tall stairs, in some level of disrepair. No key to get in. Not where you would expect to find a gentleman living. Both houses were empty, so I guess he wasn't living there nohow.
Wait. But if he wasn't living there and there was no key, how did you get in?
The old gentleman himself let us in himself. He helped me lift the boxes and put them in the dray. Curse me, but he was the strongest chap I've ever seen. Why, he lifted those boxes like they was pounds of tea, and me a-puffing and a-blowing before I could even up in mine anyhow. And I'm no weakling neither. The old gent, he opened the door himself and shut it again when I drove off. I don't remember the last time, but that was the beer.
Thank you, Smollett.
Thank you, sir.
Spend the money wisely. Now, we must have a conversation. As we now know, we're dealing with a vampire. And if you were paying close attention to my conversation with Smollett, you would have found out that he has the power of hypnosis and the strength of many men. But he does have some weaknesses. He cannot come into a place unless he is invited. But after that, he may come in and out as he pleases. Arthur, I believe your patient Rainfield might have granted him admission.
What?
I'll let Harker tell you what he knows.
The boxes that were delivered to Carfax and Piccadilly do in fact contain Earth. I know because I saw them being packed, and I saw the Demeter's cargo manifest. Transylvania for agricultural experimentation. Apparently, the vampire must rest in his native soil. So, where we find the boxes, we find the resting places. We know he has at least 2 in case he gets ran out of one of them. Tonight, we will go to Carfax and destroy the casket and sanctify the soil while he's out feeding. This way, he'll have fewer options to hide. In a few days, we'll go to Piccadilly and finish him off.
Say, how are we going to get there anyway? You see, Carfax is closer and has the cover of the wall, but Piccadilly is surrounded by city crowds and police on patrol. Burglary is going to be a very risky business, no?
I believe so. I mean, it's kind of hard to... What the heck happened out there?
I saw a bat, so I shot at it. I hate bats.
What is the gun?
It flew at me, so I threw the gun at it.
Vampires. You have the power to turn into bats, wolf rats, and all the other meaner things. Like your mother.
If I would have known that, I would have aimed better.
Your bullets wouldn't have hurt them anyways.
Well, getting back to business, this reminds me of a story that I did read earlier. It was about a man who went for vacation for a couple months to Switzerland. But when he went for vacation and locked up his house, a burglar came at the back window and broke in. Then the burglar was able to auction the house and sell all the goods of the owner. Then he consulted with the builder, convinced him to take the house without the land surrounding it. And when the actual owner came back to the home he found an empty hole where his house had been.
Oh, yes, Mina, you found the solution. We go in there, we get all his belongings, and we auction them. Yes, one casket, $800, one previous owner.
Don't patronize me, Doctor. What I'm trying to say is that if you look like you belong, you could get away with anything.
You're right. I'm afraid to say it, but you are right. Tonight, we head for Carfax. We must go there and sanctify his soil. And then, we must turn his casket into firewood. 2 axes will do. As for the rest, in Piccadilly, we'll rest for a day or 2, and then we'll chase the monster and finish him off.
I tried to kill the monster in his very own castle Dracula, Doctor. But he has a power that attacks the mind, and it's difficult to resist. What tools do we need to dispose of him?
Well, he is afflicted by certain things. You see, garlic is one of them. And then you have other things, like everything that is sanctified. In their presence, he will vacate. Now, there are others, like the stake through the heart. That, handsome. But we know of other things, like a rose on top of his coffin, so he may not move from it. Sanctifying his soil so he cannot lay in it, and destroying his casket so he cannot rest. As for others that we might know is the cutting off of the head to give it peace, and taking out of the heart for rest. Mina, I would like you to stay here. You see, I believe that if we go alone, we would more than likely be able to fight the way we believe is the best, and wouldn't have to guard you. You're the start of our night, and I don't think I can manage to lose you.
A bitter pill for me to swallow, but I understand why you want me to stay here.
Going back to business, he himself is as strong as 20 men. We cannot sometimes hold him, but we cannot hurt him as we can be hurt by him. That is the reason why you must always keep one of these around. Keep it on your heart and guard yourself from its touch. As for other enemies more mundane, a pistol and a knife shall do. I shall give you the pistol on the way there. Maybe we can find the one you dropped off.
wait up for me. Head on over to bed.
Right, as if I could sleep while you're in the devil's lair. Good luck.
Still playing Sudoku, Doctor?
I'm a skilled player.
Dr. Seward, have you considered my request to be released? By the way, you have not introduced me to your company.
This is Jonathan Harker, and this is Dr. Van Helsing.
What shall anyone say of the pleasure of meeting a Dr. Van Helsing? You, who is admirable, who is amazing. Oh, I am blessed with your presence. Sir, I make no apology for dropping all forms of conventional prefix. For when one has revolutionized therapeutics with its continuous discovery of the evolution of brain matter, conventional forms seem unfitting since they would seem to limit him to one of a class. You see, Doctor, I appeal to your friends. I hope you will not mind sitting in judgment of my case, that I am as sane as the least majority of people who are in full possession of their liberties. Dr. Seward, humanitarian and medical jurist, as well as scientist, I hope you will deem it a moral duty to consider me as one who is under exceptional circumstances.
Well, Rosemarie, as I said before, you are showing a great deal of improvement at a very quick rate. I will have to think of this some more, however. I will come check upon you in the morning.
But Dr. Seward, I fear you hardly apprehend my wish. You see, I wish to go at once, here, now, this very hour, this very moment, if I may. You see, time presses, and in our implied agreement, it is of the essence of the contract that I am to be released. You see, Dr. Seward, you, so admirable, you know, I have so simple, yet so momentous a wish. You should ensure its fulfillment. You see, is it possible I have erred in my supposition?
You have. Come on.
Then I suppose I must only shift my ground of request. You see, I am doing this not for myself, but for the sake of others. You see, please let me go, for I must leave at once. And if I am refused, the responsibility does not rest with me.
Rainfield, come on. Would you not tell us your real reason for wanting to be free tonight? I mean, if you could come here and impress me, a stranger without prejudices, then you can surely impress my colleagues, and I am almost certain that you have. But you must give us time to take a decision so big. We cannot put you out there in the world when we don't know what you're going to do, when we don't know how you're going to sustain yourself, or if you're even going to live. You have to understand our point of view and our stance. You must help us help you, Rainfield.
Dr. Van Helsing, I have nothing to say. Your argument is complete. And if I were free to speak in the matter, I should not hesitate a moment. But I'm not my own master in the matter. And if I'm not let go tonight, what happens here is not on my hands.
Come, my friends. We have work to do. Good night, Renfields.
Oh, Dr. Seward, please let me implore you to let me out of this. Let me go at once. Oh, let me entreat you, let me implore you. Please send me away where you will and how you will. Send me away with whips and chains. Let the keepers take me leg-ironed and manacled, even to a jail, but let me go, please. You know what you do by keeping me here. You know whom you wrong or how, and woe is me. I may not tell. I may not tell. Dr. Seward, by all you hold sacred, by all you hold dear, by your love that is lost, by your hope that lives, save my soul from guilt and let me go. Please understand that I am no lunatic in a mad fit, but a sane woman fighting for her soul. Can't you understand? Can't you hear me? Oh, let me go, let me go, let me go.
No more of this. We've had quite enough already. Now, go to your room and try to behave more discreetly.
You will. I trust Dr. Seward. Do me the justice to know that I did everything I could to convince you tonight.
Start wearing a whistle around her.
I don't know, but that I agree with you. If that woman had been an ordinary lunatic, I would have taken my chance of trusting her. But she's so mixed up with the Count in some strange kind of way that I don't want to do anything wrong by helping her. Besides, she called the Count Lord and Master. She may want to go and help him in some diabolical way. That horrid thing has the wolves, the rats, and his own kind at his disposal. I suppose he isn't above using a respectable lunatic.
She certainly did seem earnest, though.
There is nothing to fear, my friends. We're only doing as we deem best in this horrible and terrible situation. Otherwise, what have we to hope for but the pity of our good God? There is many things.
You think to baffle me, you! All of you, with your puny faces all in a row like sheep at the butcher's! You shall be sorry yet! You think you have left me without a place to rest, but I have more. My revenge is just begun. And I spread it throughout centuries. Time is on my side. Soon you will all be my companions, my jackals, to do my bidding. And when I wish to feed, I shall feast on you. Ah!
You all right?
Yeah.
He has told us something. Something not much withstanding. He fears us, and he fears time. For if not, why would he speak of it? His very tone betrayed him, or my ears deceived me.
He always reminds me of Lucy. I miss her. Her favorite, too. Extra honey. I wish I had someone to play chess with these days. Everything is so lonely. so much darker.
Rosemary, oh, you've come to talk with me again. Oh, thank heavens. I quite enjoyed our last conversation. Oh, can I get you a cup of tea?
That would be lovely, Miss Harker.
Oh, please, Rosemary, call me Mina.
You see, it's a lonely lot being a crazy woman. I don't have many people to talk to all the time. You see, I'm starting to rethink the cat thing. I don't have any girlfriends. A few lovers, maybe. Between men.
Well, then I shall be your first girlfriend.
I would like that a lot, Miss Mina. And please, call me Renfield. I hate the name Rosemary. And you seem to be looking quite pale. Are you all right?
Well, I do feel quite tired, but I'm okay, I'm sure.
Well, please be careful, because there is something nasty going around, and it would be terrible if it got you. I mean, if you got it.
Renfield, you asked to be released, but the locks on the doors don't seem to be keeping you anyway. Why do you wish to be released?
Well, you would be happy to know that Hennessy is very good at her job, and a fast runner for a sane person. You see, she always covers the escape routes first, before she looks here for me.
Renfield, what can you tell me about your spider collection?
I don't really care for life, and I don't want any souls.
Oh, well, that seems like a very sudden answer. You don't care about life and you don't want any souls. Why not?
Indeed, indeed. I don't want any souls. I couldn't use them if I had them, and there isn't anything in them to eat or to... and doctor, as to life, what's the use of it anyway, when I have all I could ever need and all that I could ever want? You see, I have good friends, like you, Miss Mina. And you, Dr. Seward.
What about souls?
I don't want any souls.
You like life, and you want life?
Oh, but yes, that is all right. You needn't worry about that.
How are we to get the life without getting the soul as well? It's a wonderful time you'll have when you're with the souls of thousands of birds and cats and flies all buzzing and twittering and meowing all around you. You've got their souls, you know, and you have to put up with them. Would you like some sugar to get your flies around again, Renfield?
No, I would not. Flies are poor things after all. I don't want their souls buzzing around me all the same.
Or spiders?
What's the use of them? There isn't anything to eat or to...
Drink?
Dr. Seward, what nonsense you are talking. You see, rats and mice and such small deer, I don't have any interest in them at all. When I know what is before me, you might as well try to make a man eat molecules with a pair of chopsticks than interest me in the lesser carnivoria.
Ah, I see. You want something bigger that you could meet your teeth into. How would you like to breakfast an elephant?
Dr. Seward, stop!
I wonder what an elephant's soul is like.
Why do you keep plaguing me with these souls? An elephant soul or any soul at all? I don't want them! Haven't I got enough to worry and pain and distract me already without thinking about souls? Dr. Seward, please don't make me take away in this straitjacket. I cannot think when I am confined. And if you knew what I was going through, you would understand. Please let me go.
Very well.
Thank you, Dr. Seward.
We found out just what we needed. She dreads being haunted by souls. She doesn't want any more small things. Rats, mice, spiders. and she wants something bigger. But it's not an animal life she looks to. Then it is a human life she looks to.
Merciful God! You were right. The Count has been to her. There is a new scheme of terror afoot.
I don't think we can wait another day. We must find him and destroy him now.
The sun is close to setting. Do you think we could get to him before he leaves his casket?
Arthur, we leave now for Piccadilly.
Very well.
Mina, don't wait up for me in the slightest. Go to bed, all right?
I am quite tired today.
Master, please leave Mina alone.
She is mine already.
No, she is too good for you.
And you intend to stop me?
Crazy people are strong too, you know.
Dracula's losing his balance in his weakness. I must do something before they come to me. You are their most beloved one. And you are now to me flesh of my flesh, kin of my kin, blood of my blood. My bountiful little wine press for a while, and soon to be my companion. When I say come, you shall travel land or sea to do my bidding. But as of yet, you are to be punished, for you have aided in thwarting me.
My God, my God! What's wrong? What's happening? Oh, God. Dr. Stewart, Dr. Van Helsing! What does this blood mean? Guard her while I look for him.
What? No, Jonathan, you mustn't leave me. I have suffered enough tonight, God knows, without the dread of his harming you. Please stay with me. Stay with these friends who will watch over you.
Oh, Madame Mina, don't fear. For as long as we're here, no foul thing can come and approach you. And as long as we have this by our side.
Unclean! Oh, I become one of them. I cannot touch or kiss you again. Oh, it should be I whom you have the most to fear.
Nonsense, Mina. It is a shame to hear such a word of you. I would not hear it of you, and I shall not. May God judge me by my actions and punish me with more bitter suffering than this very hour. By any act or will of mine will anything come between us.
Dr. Van Helsing, what do we have to do now?
It seems like this is far worse than we thought. The Count did not only take your blood, but he gave you his. And now, you shall retire, become like him. Unless we finish this curse. I shall also let you know that Rainfield has died while trying to protect you.
What?
She died by the staircase. No. It is my wish, Madame Mina, that from now on, everything shall be let known to you, no matter how painful or how much you despise it. And I understand that you do not fear others, but others from yourself.
No, it doesn't matter. My mind is made up.
To what?
If I find in myself, and I will watch keenly for it, decide apart to any of you, anyone that I love, I end my life.
Miss Mina, you cannot speak like that.
I already would kill myself if there were no one who loved me. Who would save me so desperate an effort?
But then what she would have done would have been useless, and what everybody's doing would have taken no place in this. You cannot think of death until this curse is over.
Fine. If God will let me live, I will strive to do so. If it may be in his good times, horror may have passed away from me.
I'm glad you have come to your senses. Harker, your wife, she's a woman made by the hands of God himself to show us men that there is a heaven. She's as strong as anyone I know and as compassionate as any woman I know, even more so than my departed wife.
Doctor, you don't need to eulogize me yet. I am still alive.
And if I can help you, you shall live to a grand old age. Now, we must head up for Piccadilly. When we're there, we'll hire a respectable locksmith to allow us into the house. As for you, Mina, the sun is almost up. You shall be under the protection of the sun and the cross.
Unclean! Even the Almighty shuns my polluted flesh. I shall bear this mark of shame until my judgment day.
It is very well, Mina, that until God himself come and he see fit, he'll remove all the evils from the earth, and with it, the mark on your forehead. And then, your flesh will be as clean as your soul.
We're wasting precious time standing here. We must go now.
I shouldn't.
No, Jonathan!
Was clean.
He knew we were coming. He knew we were coming. So he took his efforts to prevent our efforts of destroying his layers. He knows of our power. He knows of the power to sterilize his layers. The same sun that arose on our backs, he shall guard us until it sets tonight. That monster must remain in whatever form he now has. He is confined within the limitations of its earthly envelope. That means he cannot disappear through thin air. He cannot go through the cracks, chinks, or crannies. If you go through a door, he must open it like a normal mortal. So that leaves us tonight, today, to go hunt out all his layers and drive him to the bay, where we must finish him off. We must work fast.
Where did we start?
Harker, you were at Castle Dracula. Did you see any deeds of purchase?
No, I'm afraid I did not.
What I expected. That implies that he bought the houses when he arrived here. I need you to go to every state lawyer and realtor in this town and find any recent activity.
You must be looking for something specific.
Yes, we know he likes old run-down mansions, something with chambers below ground where he may rest, close to a large feeding population. Go on.
We don't have a lot of time. Let's hit the pavement.
Very well. I shall stay here and attend to some business I must.
Okay.
Mina! Mina! Come to me, my bride. Come to me. Don't listen to them.
Yes.
I can give you everything you need. I can give you power, love. Come to me, Mina. Come to me. Yes. Yes.
No! No! Get out of my head!
What just happened?
He's in my head, Dracula. He's in my head. He's calling me to him.
We are not going to him. Impressive. That means that you're able to resist him.
Yeah, well, if he could get into my head, then why can't I get into his?
Oh, Miss Mina, I don't think you'd want to do that. There's many things in life that you... Perhaps that is what we want to do. Have you ever heard of Dr. Mesmer's or charcoal, perhaps?
Mesmerizer? You're speaking of hypnosis?
Yes, if I manage to put you under, then there is a possibility that we could bridge a connection between your mind and his.
Well, if I were to get into his head, let's just say I'd like to give him a few suggestions.
Miss Mina, you cannot speak like that. You're a lady. Never mind. Now, this all depends on how willing you are to take suggestions and to empty your body of all thoughts and things. You must relax your body completely and use off your mind of anything you're thinking of.
How long will it take to put me under?
Oh, Miss Mina, this is indeed a change. I hope your power to block him does not also make you resist me. Now, I must let you know that if you are at any time feeling danger, you could block me just as you do Dracula. Understood?
Yes, of course.
Very well. Let's begin. I want you to take 3 deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. Very well. Now I want you to empty your mind of everything you're thinking of, and you've thought of. Empty it of all the worries and everything there is. I want you to relax your body as much as you can. I will lift your hand and let it drop. And when I do so, I want you to start counting down from 100. You must at all times try to resist all the tiredness and everything that comes with it. You must attempt to keep your eyes open at all time. For when they close, you'll be under my control. Understood? Very well.
So I just count down from 100?
And try to stay awake.
100.
Miss Mina, can you hear me?
Yes.
Now, I want you to concentrate very much and attempt to tell me where you are.
I do not know. Sleep has no place it could call its own.
No. Try to concentrate with all your mind and body and tell me where you are now.
I don't know. It's all so strange to me.
Very well. Then, Madamina, what do you see?
I could see nothing. It's so dark in here.
Very well, Madamina. Then listen, what do you hear?
The lapping of waves gurgling by. I could hear them on the outside of somewhere.
Okay, listen closely. What else do you hear?
The sound of men stamping overhead as they run about. And the tinkle of a chain, like the sound of a caspin when it falls into the ratchet.
Then you must be in a boat.
Oh, that must be it.
Yes. Very well, Madame Mina. Now I want you to concentrate and allow your mind to flow free. I want you to tell me what you're doing.
I am still. Oh, so still. It's like death.
Madame Mina, where are you going?
I'm going home.
Now, Madame Mina, I will count down from 5, and as I arrive to 1, you will regain full consciousness of your surroundings. 5, 4, you're still unconscious, but the world around you is melting. 3, 2, 1.
What? Did we find him?
I believe we did, Mina. I believe you did.
Dracula wasn't there.
We'll have to come back tomorrow and search all over.
There is no necessity. Mina has already found him.
Mina? But how?
With a little trick my friend Charcoal taught me.
You hypnotized her?
Yes. Dracula revealed to us that there was a connection between her mind and his, and we turned that trick onto him.
Well, where is he?
Mina?
He is going home.
Well, that's it, right? We chased off the devil. Go us.
No, Stuart. That is not it. You must remember that this is an immortal creature. And although we may die, he might come back to hunt our children and the children of our children. Not to mention that when Madame Mina dies, she'll become an undead like Lucy did. We must go to Transylvania. We need all our tools. He has a day on us and no more. We must take the train there. We'll arrive to Transylvania and finish the monster off.
Mina, there is no chance that you can come with us. It's far too dangerous.
No, Jonathan, after everything I've been through, I need to put an end to this. Dr. Van Helsing, please.
Harker, I believe you're wrong. I believe she would not be safe here. You see, Dracula has a power over her mind and could call her to him at any time, finish her off before we could do even anything. I believe she would be a lot safer under our watchful eyes. Besides, I believe that your wife might somehow be more powerful than all of us.
But you must understand, as her husband, do I not have any say in this?
No! Jeez. We're now in the house of Blood the Impaler, also known as Blood Dracula, a gruesome prince which used to slay the head of his opponents and hang him up in the wall for display. This Dracula of the 15th century might very well be the Dracula we're dealing with today.
Maybe we should go to an encampment and rest up and come back tomorrow.
Arthur, although that seems like the logical thing, Dracula already feels our presence here in Transylvania. And if we go and rest, he would go and pick us off one by one. And no doubt he would start with Mina to make her one of his allies. And then we'll all be done for.
Well, I do appreciate the speech, Dr. Van Helsing, but while you were making it, the sun just set. And we're now food.
Well, as always, Mina, you're right. Let's get moving.
It's so dark in here.
We're mine to play with, Arthur.
Jonathan, no! Stay away from him! Name, I give you freedom!
Mina! Mina! Come to me, my beloved.
Harker! Harker! You must help her! Harker, she needs your help! Mina! Mina, resist him. You've done it once, you can do it again!
No!
Jonathan, are you all right?
I don't know. I think I peed myself.
Yeah, same here.
Seward.
Seward?
Sword's over there.
Seward, no, you have to be okay. I promised Lucy I'd look after you. You have to be okay.
Lucy, my love. Oh, Mina. The mark on your head, it's gone. How were you able to defeat the curse?
Mina here slayed the dragon.
But how were you able to resist the seductresses? We couldn't.
You see, Arthur, when a man is thinking, he thinks with his head. But when he is seduced, the blood rushes elsewhere. But a woman always thinks with her heart. And that's why she was able to defeat the monster.
What about you, Doctor? How are you able to resist them?
Arthur, I'm an old man. What do I care about seduction?
Johnson had the troubles of his way. He had a yellow cat that wouldn't leave its home. He tried and he tried to give that cat away, but the cat came back the very next day.